All right. Mic check, Homer, mic check.
Yo,
All right. Welcome to the Bread and Homer Show. What's going on, people? What's happening? It's your boy Bread. Homer over there in the corner somewhere. Drinking, probably with a cup.
actually, I got in the glass.
Oh my goodness. We in trouble. Yeah, I knew
Mo-
we was in trouble. What's that, Modelo?
mm-hmm.
So the World Cup's gone now, so it's safe to drink Modelo now. Everybody was to their corners. Everybody's good now.
Right.
It's all good, all good, all good. Homer, how was the weekend, man?
Oh man, weekend was good. Um, man, it was interesting weekend. I mean, a lot of stuff going on as far as in my rental home. The damn
Uh-oh.
the damn air condition went out.
Oh, see, and it always go out at the worst time,
Yeah, when it's hot as hell outside.
basically, all the time
So
when it's the
yeah,
hottest of hot.
man, I had to get that fixed.
Mm-hmm. Know that.
But
So, so yeah, man.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
let, let,
that was I mean that was pretty much
that
the
was eventful enough.
highlight of the weekend. How was your weekend?
Not too bad. Not too shabby. Not too shabby, man. Not too shabby. So we had shout out to CL Harper High, old school Harper High. They had their all class reunion this past weekend. So a lot of the old Atlanta Public Schools (APS) have these summertime events, and so the Atlanta old school drummers, we was at it again. So we made an appearance and had a pretty good performance at Harper High. So shout out to Harper High. Harper. So you got all those over in Southwest West Atlanta, Harper High, Douglas, uh, Mays, Benjamin E. Mays, old school Turner High, all of those, man. So, shout out to old school APS. So look, guys, we got an action-packed show, a lot going on. Thank goodness football is here. It is Mac. We ain't got the first game, but everybody's starting training camp. So we gonna talk Falcons tonight. A lot of Falcons, heavy Falcon talk tonight. We got a lot to say about their quarterback situation and other things. We're gonna look at the NFC South. We got to look at everybody else. We got to see twice this year. And maybe next week we'll start looking at some of the other teams or divisions that we're gonna face that's on the schedule. But we're gonna start with the NFC South, and if we got time, we may talk about this LeBron business. But I mean, look, guys, the news is inundated with this guy, so there's no need for our podcast to waste too much time on LeBron. I ain't so much you can say about it, but if time permits, we'll go ahead and we'll chop it up. So thanks for joining the show. We are here every Wednesday night from 9 p.m. 10-ish p.m. We were based in Atlanta, Georgia, and we talk about sports primarily in the state of Georgia. But wherever you are from, feel free to be part of the show and speak on it. Hope what you got?
Yeah, just want to go ahead and give some shout outs to the Dirty Bird Nation, Falcons First and 10, the Enhanced Sports Show, Louis in the house,
Lou.
Mo Brown Sticking Sensation, and then Atlanta Old School Drummers.
Mm. Awesome. Awesome. And look, guys, let's just get into it. Let's just chop it up, man. There's a lot going on this weekend. And Hove, I know Hove don't watch a whole lot of it, but I told you guys I'm back into the wrestling scene a little bit. I watch, keep one eye on AEW, but for right now, WWE, they got SummerSlam. And since they got this partnership with ESPN, which is the weirdest thing ever to me, I never in my wildest wrestling dreams thought that I would see a partnership with any wrestling organization with ESPN, but ESPN took it there. so, so there you go. So we got SummerSlam. Wrestling has these events throughout the year: SummerSlam and WrestleMania, and this is like the final one of the summer, I believe. And it is a weekend event. So instead of having it on just one day or one night, this thing is Saturday and Sunday. They split it up between 2 days, and so it'll be 6 o'clock p.m. that they're gonna have this stuff going on. So just real quick, man, and we're not gonna spend a whole lot of time on it, but Brock Lesnar. I mean, Brock's been around. Oh, you remember that name, don't you, Brock?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Big Brock. I mean, he started in amateur ranks and the real wrestling, the grappling. He's an former MMA champion also. But he was wrestling first before he went to MMA, came back to wrestling. And so he's going against this new school cat, Obafemi. And so wrestling has a minor league wrestling, which is called NXT. And they got two of them actually. But NXT is the main roster to where they use it as a minor league. They have their own show and stars and everything else to get wrestlers prepped for the big leagues. And so Obafemi's been NXT for about a year or so. And so they moved him up the roster to the WWE. He's huge, man. Huge, man. Obafemi's huge. I think he's from Lagos, Nigeria. Big guy. He used to be an old shot put champion, I think, for Alabama. And so the dude's about like, I don't know, 6'6", 300 pounds, mostly muscle. so, so he definitely is the part. So that's why they got this big thing. First time they met, he beat Brock. Brock beat him the second time. So this is gonna get it. They got Hell in the Cage, Hell in the Cell. And so that's gonna be a big thing. Everybody thinking that Oprah's gonna get it. And so yeah, that's gonna be a big deal this weekend. You got Cody Rhodes. You remember Dusty Rhodes over?
Yeah.
Well, Dusty Rhodes got a couple of sons. He got Dustin. He got about 3 or 4 sons. But two of them were successful. Gold Dust, and one of his younger sons, Cody Rhodes. Cody, aka Raheem Rhodes, inside joke. So, Cody Rhodes going up against CM Punk for a belt, and you got Seth freaking Rollins that's going up against Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns played football for Miami or somebody too, man. So these guys got football roots. So he's definitely a real athlete on the other side of this thing. So it's a real big deal. They got some other matches going on, hopefully, but those are the main ones I'm going to highlight. Not going to spend a whole lot of time there. I will talk about the results next week on some of them. Boxing news, man, on the real sports, as Hova would say. Uh, uh, Earl Spence Jr. retires again. What you think about that, Hova? This is second retirement, man.
Yeah, I didn't watch the fight. I saw the highlights. You know, well, here's the thing. I mean, Earl Spence, since the fight with Crawford, man, I mean, he's been, absent from the ring for some years.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
from what I recall from his last fight with Crawford, man, he had to do some soul searching.
mm-hmm.
To get that mojo back. That hey, I can bring it on any given boxing night when I got to get out there.
Right,
So that's that was the big, I guess you could say, task for him. It was he going to find his mojo,
right.
and he didn't.
No,
He nowhere close. I think from what I saw in the highlights, I think I saw a guy that was in the ring. Showed you a highlight here and there, but um, I'm gonna be honest, Brad. I think it was just let me get in here and get a payday and call it quits.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
I don't mean to put it that way, but that's what it looked like to me.
yep,
It
yep.
just didn't. He didn't. He just didn't have it. So
Yeah.
I looked at from what I saw from the highlights. Yeah, he got in there. He went on his name to get a paycheck. So
Right.
and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Man got
Part of the game.
man got to pay bill, put food on the table. So I
Yeah.
get it.
Got to make it do what it
Um,
do.
exactly. So why not go out on your name? What a nice payday. So
Yeah.
and he knew it. And that's the reason why he called it right afterwards. Yeah, hey, I'm retired. He didn't have, that's the thing about a boxer
Hmm.
is
Hmm.
they know when it's time to hang them up. In
Yeah. You know what
most
it's time.
cases, it's time. They know when it's time to hang it up.
Yeah. Yeah. They know what it's time.
So that's
They
what
know what
that.
it is.
So to get him retiring again, no, I'm not surprised.
Right. That's So I mean, we move on, and you hit the nail on the head with Harrison. But look, he had his time to shine when he
Oh
did
yeah, yeah.
for he was hot for a minute, yeah, and now he gone. A lot of boxers say, I mean, but at least he can say that he was on top for a minute. Look, man, Clarissa Shields, man, she was on the local radio. I mean, the local. She was on a local television show this morning and promoted. Atlanta has a fight, uh, boxing match coming up this Saturday, and it's a title fight with Clarissa Shields versus Kay Scott. It's
Wow.
10
So
rounds.
she's fighting
Hmm.
here right this Saturday.
She's fighting here this Saturday at State Farm Arena.
Okay.
Yep,
Okay.
she's fighting for Scott's WBA and WBC middleweight titles, and I think she already holds the WBO title. So she's gonna
Mm-hmm.
try and unify them bad boy, unify them joints.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Unify them joints, man. Good for her, man. She's been trying to fight, man. She's been trying real hard to kind of find, trying to fight the best. You
Mm-hmm.
know, she, she's not uh, overlooking anybody. She tried to reach and find Layla Ali at one time. Layla like, look, I'm too old. Why you messing with me? I'm done. I'm doing other things. So leave me alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, man. So look, man, Clarissa been doing it, man. You got to do it when you're young, man. That's sports period, man. That's what you got to do when you're young and make the most of it because Father Time is undefeated, which we can talk about that later on if we get a chance to with LeBron. So Clarissa, she's gonna be fighting. So also, um, everybody's talking about the Anthony Joshua and Fury fight that's set for November, the end of November this year. Don't have a date just yet, but we know it's gonna happen possibly in November this year. Probably one of the last big payday fights of the year, Hova. So I think it's happening a couple of years too late, but better late than never. That's the part that I do not like about boxing. Have not liked about current day boxing promotions is that you're just waiting too late to get these key fights, man. That's killing boxing, man. It's just everybody's beefing about the money or whatever, or running or whatever, or the egos or whatever it is, or all of the above. That's that's making the sport bad. At least I mean you can say wrestling being scripted, but I think the appeal for wrestling is that you at least get the matchups that you want to see. MMA is the same way. MMA, you gonna get the matchups. You ain't gonna run for long. They ain't gonna let you hold them belts. So you're gonna have to defend those belts against quality opponents on the regular. And these boxers only fight once or twice a year. I remember one time they fight at least about 3 times a year. Now these guys only fighting once a year now, man. Used to be twice, now it's down to once. It's some of them are Earl Smith once every 2 years.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I don't know about boxing, man. They need some help to kind of rejuvenate and kind of reorg how they do things all together, man. It's just
Yeah. I think going with the Clarissa Shields fight. I mean, as a women box or fighter, I mean,
yep.
she's on top of her game. I mean, she's the best in the business right now.
She is.
I've seen, I hadn't actually seen, to be honest, I hadn't actually seen a full fight of hers, but I
Hmm.
have seen the highlights, and for what I've seen, She's about that, she's about that business. So,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. She don't play
you,
with you.
you know what I'm saying? I mean,
She
I
don't
think
play with you. She gets you
I
out of
think
there.
she give any homeboy a hard time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she about that business, no doubt about that. And
Definitely.
she definitely bring the fight. So she's entertaining. Hey, I think it's great that she's able to capitalize on her skill and making it do what it do.
Yep.
Uh, I don't know as far as in the boxing world for with women who matches her skill, who's able to really deal with her. Maybe there's somebody out there that
I
I'm not
mean,
aware of.
yeah, maybe Baumgartner. Baumgartner's a fighter that's out there, but I don't know if they're in the same weight classes. But Clarissa been going up and down in weight classes trying to meet fighters where they are to make that money, and that's hard to do because you got fluctuating weight. And she was talking about how hard her training was because you can't eat what you want, and you got to. It's just a whole lot of things you have to do in training to get your body where it needs to be, and just to shed a couple pounds. But I think Bo Gardner, she is. I don't know if she's gonna be able to get down to that weight level, but yeah, she's pretty good. So I think she's undefeated.
Okay.
Yep,
Well,
yep,
yeah. Maybe that could be, could happen. Who knows?
yeah,
But yeah, man. Um, I know you were saying she called out Layla Ali.
yeah.
Yeah, I think you got to look at it. When Layla was in her prime, yeah, that probably would have been the fight of the century to make. But they're in different times. It's
Yeah.
just I agree with you. I don't think you know Clarissa's. I know she probably maybe want to look at it from a money
Hmm.
standpoint, make the fight because of the
Hmm.
name. I get that, but at the same time, I think possibly just let that be what it is. If Layla,
Yeah.
if Layla decide to say, "Hey, I want another crack at it. I still got that in me," then that's
Hmm.
different.
Yeah.
That's different. That's something she's trying to settle with herself. But she's not trying to do that. She's in a good place. She's moved on.
Yeah.
So let
Right.
let that be what it is. Um, Joshua Furry fight. I agree with you, Brad. Yeah, I think it's. I guess they said what better time than now. Let's
Yeah. Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
let's see if we can get a little bit of a bag. Off what we can get. But as far as the fight, in my opinion, is it going to be a competitive fight? Man, maybe. But
Eh.
my thing is this, and I think I've said it before. I like Anthony Joshua,
Hmm.
but but the blue, when it comes to the elite boxers, the blueprint is out.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
blueprint is
Yeah.
out. So
Yeah.
they know what to do with this guy. How
Yeah.
to avoid. The blueprint is out to beat him. I guess what's his name? I can't remember the guy who beat him. Gosh, he's Chills.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I'm talking about. That guy. He's
Yeah.
anyway. The blueprint is out. So I don't see. I see Fury winning the fight. I
Yep.
just
Yep.
don't.
Yep.
I just don't see it because I think Anthony Joshua. No, like I said, but he can box, no doubt about it. But he has a tendency to lean on, kind of sometimes like on what's his name, Deontay Wilder. Kind of, you always want to lean on that test. I want to see if I can knock somebody out. He kind of lean on the knockout punch,
Yep.
and then he stopped really boxing, and I think that's why I give Fury the edge because Fury. Say what you want to say. He's a boxer, man. That guy can box. He's
Hmm.
not,
Hmm.
it's nothing
Yeah.
really. It's nothing, and unless he just comes and just have a bad day in the office. But if he
Yeah.
goes
No.
out
No.
there,
He's got quick. He's got. He's erky jerky. He's got real quick hands.
yeah, he get well.
Um.
He's got the well. Of course, he's got
I
the
mean,
reach with him
he got
having
the
the reach
reach.
in the long. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. And he's got. He know how to play the angle game. Pretty good jab. bad footwork, but
Yeah, well,
I mean,
I didn't say. Yeah, I'm not really talking
yeah,
about his footwork, but
yeah,
his boxing. I mean,
it-
he
good
knows
box,
how
high boxing IQ.
he knows how to box. I just put it that way.
Yep,
He's not. He's the type of guy. He knows. That's all I can really say for a big guy. He, like you said, quick hands. He got the reach. I got to get an edge to Joshua if they do fight. That's just my opinion.
yep, yep, yep. And Joshua, I think, and I'm gonna move on, but I think Joshua's probably at probably fighting his best fights right now, which is good for him. I think when it comes to power, I think I like Joshua's power a whole lot more than I like Fury's power.
But
I
that's
think his knockout. I think his knockout power has gotten better because I think
but
that
that's the thing though. He's winning. That's why it kind of remind me of Wilder a little bit. He's winning
right
here lately. He's winning his fights
lately.
off the
That's what I'm saying.
out.
Lately,
out
lately.
he's winning off the power. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not the
yeah,
boxing.
yeah.
It's more so the power.
More so the power. Yeah, but I think he's got, and I agree with you, Hov. I think he has the advantage over Fury because it's kind of like if Wilder had more boxing prowess, like Anthony Joshua, he would have beaten Fury. I mean, not to say Fury's bad, but Fury got caught with he got knocked down, almost knocked out
Well,
by Wilder, and he just so happened to make it up just in time.
no. But to your point, you're. I mean, I'm not saying. I mean, Joshua, as of late, if he can, he can use that. Definitely use that power to his advantage. And you're right.
Yeah,
His boxing IQ or acumen is a little bit
yeah,
better than. I agree with you on with
yeah,
Deontay Wild than
yeah,
Deontay Wild. So yeah,
yeah,
he could possibly get the win, but I just think he gonna have to take. And the way I see it though, it seems to me he gonna have to take care of business in the early rounds.
yep, yep,
I don't
yep,
think. I think if it get to the later round, I got to get if they can make it to the later round, I got to get an edge to Fury.
yep, yep. I agree. I agree. I mean, in later rounds, if you let him take you in deep waters, man, it might not be a good thing for you. it might not
Yeah, but
it might not
who
be
know what
good for you.
like you said, maybe like I said, but
Yeah,
that's his strength, and I mean, can he knock out Fury? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think he can. If he if he get off on Fury, like he been doing as of late, then yeah, he probably more likely gonna win. But we'll see, man. It should be an interesting fight. But again, I think Fury's smart enough to know. Okay, he know what Josh will bring. Like I said, the blueprint's out. The blueprint is
hmm
out, and I think if he just stick to the blueprint, he shouldn't have any problem. Now that's the way I see it.
Yep, 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 yep. Agreed. So look, man, Braves talk, man. Real quick, man. Congratulations to Andrew Jones, man. Big time, man. Inducted into the Major League Hall of Fame, man. I ain't on the boards. I forgot the applause, man. But on the boards, man. But congratulations to him, man. One of my favorite Braves, man. Uh, the only player, like I say, representing Curacao. Uh, good deal with that. I just got fond memories of this brother playing, man. Such a talent, man. Such a talent, man. And speaking of the Braves, man, Braves up 6 games. I mean, ups and downs. It was a turbulent, turbulent July, man, but we got through it. And so the Braves are trying to get back to their normal winning ways of winning series. So after all is said and done, when things got close with Philly, I think Philly got close with them like 2.5, 3 games, and so now the Braves up first place by 6 games, man. So we hoping that we get consistent, man, and pull away. And I think the last thing I got for the Braves, man, is I don't know, man. You know, the trade rumors out about Tariq Skubal,
Hmm.
left-handed pitcher, 2.7 ERA, with the Detroit Tigers, man. 110 strikeouts. But, I mean, Braves don't spend no money on people, which sucks. And the Dodgers probably, or the Cubbies or somebody's going to end up snatching him, man, and that's Braves gonna pay for that in the postseason if we're lucky enough to get to the postseason, man, because we just not. You gotta get those guys when you get it. Sometimes you gotta spend money, man. It just it is, man. You got especially on good pitching and left-handed pitchers. So I don't know, Hope, but that's what I got on them Braves, man.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So look, man, I want to talk about these Falcons. Training camp just started, and we got issues already. Uh, so so woke up this morning, come to find out, man. I'm thinking everything. I already know what the deal is with Penix, and then come to hear that Tua got a back injury. Now we signed in Cooper Rush. What the hell is going on? So Cooper Rush, really? So it's like, is it that? But I checked the roster and found out that Trevor Simeon, I forgot that we dropped Trevor Simeon because of injuries. See, we picked up Trevor Simeon, but he didn't pass the physical. And that's why we couldn't ink him. He didn't pass. So with him not passing the physical, by the time we hit training camp, we had to go on and pick up a guy. And plus, on top of that, Tua got a back injury, tightness or whatever he said it was. So look, man. I mean, we already know that our biggest issue is with quarterback in Atlanta. That's our biggest issue. It's not a surprise, but I don't know how you get out of this, man. I mean, Tua
Yeah,
had taken a snap and he hurt Penix, and I knew, the people, the local radio stations here, what we call playing radio, trying to get a reaction out of listeners. But it's like, look, man, the man can only do what he can health wise. You can't rush the health. If the doctors don't clear you, what can Penix do? It's not his fault. And it's probably a lot worse than what people thought before. Also, he's got a history of injuries anyway. So when you're a player like that and you got a history of injuries, you hurt both knees, two MCLs and ACLs and everything, all kinds of L's you want to mention, then you might want to. You're not getting any younger. This is your career because if you come
look,
back too soon, it could be detrimental. Hope
yeah, you know, isn't this kind of interesting for the coach Stefanski that he left Cleveland?
quarterback
He
problem.
now he had a quarterback circus in Cleveland. Now he's coming to Atlanta, and that's what he stepped into. Another quarterback circus. I tell you, man, and I said it, just sit back and see how, like, I've already said my piece with the coach. I already got a
Hmm.
question mark with him already, because
Yeah, a lot of people do.
I have no idea how this guy going to play out. But now we got this quarterback situation going on. It's really going to be interesting to see how this dude play this thing out. I even said,
Yeah,
damn, if he going to go get Dylan Gabriel, but that's just a joke. Make Dylan that starter. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, let
Gabriel,
me.
Dylan time.
Yeah, I know Dylan time, right? So, um, look, Brad. I mean, there's been some questionable. Let's just say questionable moves since Falcons start. Let's just say let's building it from the top. I'm gonna go there. Getting Matt Ryan to come back. Okay, we started with him, and I'm being positive about it. Hey, he's played the game. He can help out. You know, let's see what we get. Then we
Yeah,
had then we had to get a coach. They decided to go with Stefanski. I'm already like I wasn't happy about it, but hey, then you look at
yeah,
what's out there. Okay, all right, maybe that's that. Let's see what happens.
yeah,
Then when we started getting all the other top guys in place with Matt Ryan, the guy from the Bears. I can't think of his name. Anyway, we putting all these pieces together. But
yeah,
then at the end of the day, when we finally get ready to start addressing player personnel issues, first thing we do is we go out and get a injury prone tour. Now, I already had a question. I was just like saying to myself, like, why? I mean, nothing against Tua, but it's just like, why take such a big risk with a guy who, you know, in any situation he can go back to having those concussions and he's in one game, then we out of it. It's just like why take such a big risk with this guy? But anyway,
Yeah,
that's the way I felt about it. But
that's
then
true.
as you
Makes sense.
but at the same time, if you look at it, we already know what we got with Penix. We already know he got hurt and he's still trying to recover. He had a press conference saying, "I'm not ready for nobody to fall on me at all," and all this kind of stuff he's talking
Hmm.
about. So let's just call it what it is. He's not playing this season. I'm just gonna keep
Hmm.
it real. This dude is not playing this season. If at best, if he does play, it's gonna be maybe 12 games. But I'm just gonna keep it real. He's not playing this season. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's the reason why they start making these moves. Okay, I got Cooper Rush. We of course a Trevor Simeon, and because of Tua back injury. Now I hadn't said anything. Now I'm just gonna come to the big focus of what I'm trying to get at. Jack Strand, and I
Big Jack.
and we talked
Big
about
Jack.
this. We talked about this when they when they got Tua, when they drafted Tua, we talked about it, and we said, well, hell, wouldn't be surprised. Uh,
Yep.
Jack Strand, because said we said it on the show. We wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised. And
Right.
starting week one, that guy might be the starter. Well, yeah, I say he may be the
Might be.
starter.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so because of and the only reason why I say that because you look at the situation we got, um, and he's got a big arm. I don't know, he's a rookie, but hell, at the same time, you look at what we got. We pick up Cooper Rush. I'm gonna put it out like this. Basically, it's just like this. It's gonna be between Jack Strand and Cooper Rush starting on week one. Starting week one. It's
Yeah.
just that simple. It's gonna be between those two guys.
That's what it looks like.
More likely, probably lean and give Cooper Rush the edge.
I mean, you. I
But
mean,
but the,
you're going to see your starting quarterback play. You're finally going to see your starting quarterback playing preseason. Hope.
oh yeah. Well, hey, put it this way, yeah, both of these guys gonna get a lot of work. And no doubt at
Yeah.
the they're gonna get because the coach is gonna have to figure out who he wants to go with on week one because he know these are the two guys as far as I got right now that I gotta make a decision who's gonna start week one. Because it
Yep.
damn sure ain't gonna be Penix, and it ain't, and more likely it's probably not gonna be Tua. I just don't. Unless somehow or another, I just don't see it. I don't see it, man. If he's missing all training camp, I don't
Yep.
see it. I
Yep.
maybe he
Yep.
may come. Maybe he may come around.
So.
Let's just say week 5,
Yeah.
somewhere
Yeah.
in there.
So. So.
Anyway,
So.
go ahead.
Yeah. And I agree, man. These. You've gone from a quarterback the way you paid too much money for, to now you gotta, you're not putting a lot of money in your quarterbacks, but you don't have a lot of confidence in them either that they're gonna be healthy enough to give you something or any continuity. You need continuity at your quarterback position. So which leads me to look, what do the Falcons do? So you got quarterbacks all over the place. Tua may or may not play game one. You got Jack Strand, whoever the hell he is, out of Minnesota Moorhead somewhere. I don't know. Never seen him, never heard of him. Cooper Rush. I mean, we heard of him coming out of Dallas, but that ain't exactly what you was looking for. You're really not looking for a Cooper Rush to quarterback your team anywhere, yet alone in Atlanta. So there's some issues. So and Penix will be back, but what's our record? Are we 0-4 by the time he come back? Are we 0-5 and
Look,
he's in a hole by the time he come back?
look,
And
Brad. Look,
how
Brad.
healthy will he be?
Brad. This guy is talking about. I think if I can find the post on Twitter saying he's not prepared for anybody to follow him at all and all. I
Yeah,
don't know, man. Something I
that
don't.
ain't good.
Something's
Yeah,
it's. I'm put it like this. Something is something there more there
yeah,
that's been
yeah.
said.
Of course it is. I think that he may feel a certain way, but there may be some technicals that they can't talk about right now, which they should not talk about. I know a lot of the media is upset about it, but look, it is what it is, man. If it's something, especially if it's something serious, you want to keep it as bland as possible. Don't want to make that man. If he can't play, he can't play.
It
You
sound
got to
like
go.
the. It
I'm
just seemed
already
like the.
expecting for the Falcons to go back to the drawing board anyway for a quarterback. I don't
Well,
expect a whole lot.
his confidence to play is already shot. He's already
Yeah,
feeling like I can't
yeah,
let anything touch against me. That
yep,
I mean, it's one thing if he didn't say that, it feel like maybe, but that alone, man, something is there,
yeah.
and
He
and
playing
it's
on
got to.
contact.
But
Yeah,
he's questioning contact. Something is there, and he's got to get over
right.
that. I mean, we ain't
So
even that's a mental thing. So he's got to get over
right.
whatever the hell that is.
It's the physical and the mental, right? It's because he's been injured multiple times, and
That's the
he and
point.
he
That's
and he knows if he get injured one more time, that's his career. Whether he can play up, come back from it or not,
that
he's done.
that's that's my point. That's my point.
And
So
so psychologically, that's on his shoulders, and so you can't play like that. So he got
that's my
some
that
mental stuff he got to deal with.
that's my point, Brad. That's my point.
So
There's no way we want to have this man out there, not at full NFL game speed,
right,
questioning that. He got to be
right,
ready
you
to
might well
roll.
just you just gotta leave. So look, man. So let's move on. So what do the Falcons do? You can't give up the season before it starts, even though you got quarterbacking problem. So what do you do? So my thing is you got to play football. You got to get down to the basics. You got to run the ball. And you got to stop the run. That's simple football. I
How in
don't
the
care
hell
who
we
you are.
gonna how in the hell we gonna run the ball?
Right. So here we go. Here we go. And so thing about running the ball. I mean, I know we got some players. We got some people other than Bijan. You can't give the ball to Bijan for every play, but I do like Brian Robinson Jr. Got Tyler Goodson in there and Nathan Carter still on the team. So you going I think that Brian Robinson Jr. gives you everything that Tyler Algier gave you at least. I think you just swap one for the other. Six in one hand, half a dozen in the other. But I think you gotta give folk a heavy offensively. You got to give people a heavy dose of run. You got to block for the run, and you got to get your offensive lineman ready to block for the run. And you're a running team anyway. So even if Penix were healthy, you still a running team. You're not a passing team. And so you got to get your run game together. Got to get your run scheme together and play action. That's your offense. You
Look,
run,
man,
run, run, and you got to play, and you got to block. That's all you got. You
I
can't you
agree.
can't go out there winging it if you ain't got no quarterback.
Look,
You
man,
can't do it.
I'm gonna come at it real simple. I'm gonna come at this real simple. Based on what we got with quarterback, looking at the quarterback roster, I think you got may have to go with the rookie. And the only reason why I say go with the rookie is the fact that well, let's just say either war. Either you make the rookie or the other Cooper Rush make both of them a key. I'm gonna put it out here, bro. You're gonna have to change that offense playbook. You're gonna have to make it. You know what? They're gonna have to make that damn offense similar to what Baltimore was doing with Lamar Jackson. Design quarterback runs. If you look at
They
Baltimore,
can't. We ain't got no quarterback that can run.
well, I mean, well, put it this way. You know how run the offense, run the offense. You remember how the Saints did with what's his name, Hill, Tatum Hill, is it
Taysom Hill, yeah.
Taysom? Run the offense through him like that. Jack
Run it
Strand
through
is
who? Run it through who?
Taysom.
Strand can't run the ball like that. He big, but he a gunslinger. He can't run the ball like that. Not in the pros. He ain't that dude. Cause
Okay.
Taysom Hill is really a utility guy.
Well, I
That ain't
mean,
gonna be
I'm just saying. Well, he's a big guy. All I'm saying is have a design play where he actually running the damn running. I don't run a quarter. What they call it, the wildcat. Just hike the damn ball and let him run it. He's a big dude. I mean, he's
he
gonna
gonna
get some. He's gonna get some
and then,
yards.
and then when they hurt him, then we down another quarterback because you're running the ball too much. You gotta let the running back run. You gotta play football.
Brad,
You got to go.
there's so
And
nowhere
I
you
heard,
saying make the goddamn. I don't. You're gonna have to
you
move
you
that.
you
You're gonna have to move
you
that
got to play
offense,
foot.
man.
And what's going? And I heard Stefanski talking today, and he said
If you
we're gonna go with our. What he said today was we're gonna go with our strengths. That unquote. He said that today.
well, I
And
agree
I'm
with him.
and what's our strength? Our strength is running the ball. Cause get what? We got the best, one of the best running backs in the game, and he got a good backup. The only key, I mean, like I say, look at the Patriots. They ain't fooling nobody. Seattle, they wasn't fooling nobody. You knew they gonna run, and you still couldn't stop them. And then they play acting on you. That's football. That ain't, the Falcons keep trying to fool people and all these smoke and mirrors. You can't do that. But everybody know
Uh,
you ain't got no quarterback that can sling it. At least that I know of.
I
I mean,
don't
Jack
know,
Strand, I
man. I
don't know,
mean, I
but
don't know.
you
Yeah, I don't
have
know
to run
much
the
about
ball.
Jack Strand other than
That's
the
all you
highlight.
got.
The highlight I saw, he do run it, but I don't know how fast he is. But
I
I
mean,
don't know,
I mean,
man.
at best, I would hope. I mean, like Falcons been hoping for the past 15 years that we got a diamond in the rough, which I don't know if we got a diamond in the rough.
I don't know if we got to. Yeah, I can't say that because I don't. I hadn't seen. I don't know much about the dude, but I will. I will say, he has the physique. He's the big dude. Remember, who know? Hell, he may be a Dante Culpepper. You remember Dante Culpepper at Minnesota?
I remember he's a big guy.
He
Yeah,
was a
he
big.
can
He was
move
a
when he
big. I mean,
had
he
to.
wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't a runner, but he could throw the ball. Maybe
Yeah,
he could be that. I don't know. I'm throwing. Hell, who knows? He might could be one of those just throwing it out. Airing the ball out. We don't right now. We don't know, right? We don't know
he
what the
ain't gonna
hell
add that
we.
ball out. Not with Stefanski, he ain't gonna add the ball out.
But
I'm
see,
telling
that's the other question mark. His Stefanski offense.
you.
From what I now from I've seen a Cleveland game and now maybe from what I saw, I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't that. But anyway, I'm not trying to. I'm
Well,
just saying.
he tried to run a Nick Chubb offense without Nick Chubb. He tried to run Nick Chubb offense without Nick Chubb. What he tried to do, Nick
Well,
Chubb.
it seemed like to me he was trying to pass the he had good Dylan Gabriel trying to throw the damn ball and that wasn't happening.
Yeah, no, that was some other stuff going on there. Yeah, that was some other stuff. The politics got involved. That way you drafted him or whoever drafted him, because I think it was different people wanted different quarterback. Coach wanted a quarterback, the general management wanted a quarterback, and the owner wanted a quarterback. All of them got their quarterback. All of them ain't coach's quarterback. General manager got one, coach got one, owner got one, and you see who the last one that played. And by the time he played, it was too late. It was all gone. But this offensive line got to work, man. This offensive line got to work. Jake Matthews, one of the better guys that we got. We grade him a B, long time vet. You got Ryan Newsel. I give him a grade C. He's a solid guard. I mean, a solid center. But I think he's undersized for the position. I've been saying that for a long time. Chris Lindstrom is probably our best lineman, grade A, multiple times in the Pro Bowl. And Bergeron, that's one of our guys, Matthew Bergeron. He's strong, he's good against the run, real good. Our best run blocker. And the biggest problem is the right tackle, Jawan Taylor. C minus, I give him. He's replacing Caleb McGarry, who just retired, which is a pretty decent guy, coming from Kansas City, but he got false start problems. And so, we got a pretty good offensive line coach, which is one of the best in the business. And so hopefully he can help them with that. My grade overall with this line was a lot better than I thought it was. So I give him a B minus. So you got a B minus line, I think, with Pro Football Focus. Um, I think they gave them a pretty high mark. They said they're a pretty good line, but they're not elite, which, okay, that I can deal with that. But in order to do what you got to do, even if the quarterback was there, that offensive line got to be on point, and we got to have depth just in case these guys fall during the middle of the season, which they usually do. And plus, these guys been playing together for a while, so that's all except for Jawan Taylor. That's my problem is right tackle. So if you can't run to the right, that's gonna be a problem. The guy won the Super Bowl with the Kansas City Chiefs, but he definitely was not their best lineman. He came highly touted, but I don't know, those false starts, man, that'll kill you. So the biggest thing with the Falcons, Hope, is that they gonna have, if you already know, if you already know that your passing game gonna be suspect, even though you got Zach Branch, some kind of way they gonna have to play Tua. I'm sorry, they gonna have to play Tua back spasm and all. I don't know how serious that back problem is. I'm not if he plays Saturday and everything, we probably talking about nothing. And he played game one. If he played game one, fine. We can open up the offense a little bit more, which I think that's kind of what they wanted to do with two tight end sets. You got Zach Branch coming in, then you got Drake London doing this thing, and Dotson, Johan Dotson in there doing his thing, man. Which I think the receiving room then got better. And I think that Drake London's one of the better run blocking receivers too, because in order for your run game to work, your receivers got to be blocking too. I think Pitts did a better job of blocking. So I think our receivers in terms of blocking, other than Zach Branch, I think those guys blocking on the field, you're gonna need. I mean, if you watch the Patriots play, man, Bill Belichick ain't there, but they have an identity. And these guys know what to do. They know how to block. And we say, man, how these guys keep getting these first downs? How they keep? God, they blocking. They do the little things. They do the detail thing. People don't talk about them. Blocking to the average fan like pawns. And no, they're not pawns. These are specialty pieces that are important for your team to go in the NFL. Incredibly important, man. So I think the offensive line is the key. If your offensive line is tight, I don't mind running the ball with three running backs and seeing and then play action. I ain't got no problem. And we got a better kicker, which is Nick Folk. He old as hell. He about 41, 42 years old, but he's what we got. My bad, man. We'd have been, man. Let's bring Lou on, man. We've been rolling, man. We've been rolling strong. Bring Lou on.
Thanks.
Lou,
Hey
my
Lou.
bad. Our bad,
And
man. Our
you, now
apologies, man.
you mentioned something earlier about what happened with boxing. Well, the thing is this: if you have the fighters fight more than once or twice a year, maybe you had that popularity back. It wouldn't, you know, been losing out to MMA or UFC or anything else. I mean, the boxing to fight more, hold more events. That's what
But that,
lost boxing's popularity.
I agree 100%, Lou. We
Thank
talked
you.
about that before with
I know,
boxing.
but since you did, I wanted to bring it up because because boxing has been declining for
Yes.
since the '90s, and
Well,
and that's
well,
what boxing needs. It needs to
well
draw more.
yeah, exactly. And look at what wrestling does.
Yeah,
Wrestling is on almost every day of the week.
but that's
Okay.
fake.
Well, it's scripted. But my point is when it comes to pay-per-view, they make a lot more money than boxing and MMA put together when
Well,
it comes
yeah,
to
true.
pay-per-view. And so, but what I'm saying is the formula. Why is it so successful? People, it's scripted and all that. Why is it so successful? And so, well, I mean, look, you see them every beat. You know the
Well,
actors. You
no,
know the
no.
participants.
Let's put it this way. Let's put it this way. It's kind of like well, I don't want to use the term exactly. It's kind of like a soap opera for guys. They want to
Hmm.
know who's doing this, who's doing that. Yeah, and that's what intrigues them.
Yeah, I mean, it's been working for years. I mean, it's from generation to generation, and it just hadn't slipped. And
Right.
matter of fact, it's gotten bigger because they got a partnership with ESPN. They should not be having a
And that
partnership with
I've never
ESPN.
seen. That doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, to be honest,
And
WWE partners with ESPN.
it looks weird. I'm sorry, I've been watching the wrestling forever. It looks weird to me. I'm a fan, but it looks weird. And the thing about it, they got a relationship with Top Rank Boxing too, ESPN.
Oh, I remember
And
those
then,
days.
but they're not. I don't. It's not working because they're not putting Top Rank Boxing on there like Friday Night Fights with
Yeah,
USA. They're not putting it in your face every week when they should be. You got enough people on the boxing roster. You should be having fights every week,
yeah,
prime
exactly.
time.
I remember those days too.
And we're not seeing it. We may see it monthly. Dan's is trying to come up doing their thing. Netflix, you know what I'm saying? But so boxing has a problem. They got a marketing problem,
Oh,
and
fully.
and and you don't and they depend too much on pay-per-view to carry the sport.
Yes, that's
Pay-per-view is
true.
not gonna carry. Pay-per-view is not gonna carry. You need to do weekly stuff. That's and
Or
even if
do
it
what
ain't
I do.
weekly. Look
to
at
do what I
look at
do,
it. What do you do? What do you do, Luke?
stream it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, that, and right now, with Netflix, I mean, how they got it, that forget the pay per
Oh
view.
no
It's
no no
already
no no
there.
no no no! I got a
Yeah,
better
forget
idea.
that.
Than Netflix. I got my own little ideas.
Oh yeah, Lou say he got the hookup.
Yes, I do.
Lewis got the
All
hookup.
you need is a laptop and
Hey,
the right site, and voila.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So, so what you got on this quarterback thing in Atlanta, Lou? Any thoughts on that with Penix and the team didn't have a quarterback basically.
Oh boy.
You're 3 years in and you don't have a quarterback. It's ridiculous.
3 years in, you haven't done jack. Isn't that amazing? Well, it's actually pretty sad.
Look, man, you haven't had a quarterback since Matt Ryan.
Yeah. What were you guys thinking? I mean, I know Ryan was getting up there in years, but I think you should have held him on a little bit longer.
I mean, he was declining. It was just
Yeah.
Yeah.
it
Well, I
was
mean, the
just, it was
offensive
it
line
was
was making up.
yeah, it was kind of time. But I mean, it's just how he left and with the Deshaun Watson deal and that
Yeah.
so it's you know obviously they swept it up under the rug and they moved on. But
Yeah.
this is and I'll just put it in a nutshell. The Falcons should have had their heir apparent before Matt Ryan left instead of trying to make him comfortable being the man. That's the
Right.
problem in Atlanta. They should have had a quarterback, heir to be. You had a chance to get a guy, train a guy. That's who should have been in Atlanta. Instead, you waited till they left. You got bamboozled with the Deshaun Watson thing. Then now you're in panic mode. Then you bringing in this, I don't know, whoever the guy was,
Right.
out of Cincinnati. Yeah, it was,
Yes.
Mariota and this
Yeah.
other guy. And
Well, hey,
so
look, at least your Braves are doing well, so you can't complain about that.
yeah, yeah, Braves are looking up. Braves are looking up, Lou. Braves are looking up. We're happy
I mean,
about that.
they did beat the Mets in the second game of the doubleheader. Mets. Excuse me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we're trying to, yeah, and we Chris Sale on the mound, man. We don't want to lose when Chris Sale is on the mound either. So we,
No, no, of course not.
we're trying to hold it, keep it together, Lou. So look, man, just real quick, man, and I'm gonna skip Hope. I'm gonna say this review for the I didn't think we was gonna spend as much time on the other stuff, so we're gonna move the NFC South review to next week.
Okay.
And so what we're gonna do is we got a little bit of time left, so I think we got enough time to close out with some LeBron talk, I guess. I mean, any surprise, with this guy going to I mean, I really don't care. If you ain't coming to the Hawks, I really don't care. But Lou, what you think about that move with LeBron going to the Sixers? Surprising?
Shocked me for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wasn't expecting that at all.
Yeah.
But
And
we
what
all
about
got
you?
fooled.
Yeah. What about you, Hova?
Yeah, I mean, the rumor mill was out there that possibly he was going to go to Philly. Um, so, but yeah, I'm a little surprised. I thought he was going to be more on the West Coast. But
Mm-hmm.
at the end of
Mm-hmm.
the day, I mean, I think he made a decision based upon where he felt, you know, a team that he could go to that he felt like he could get a championship.
Mm-hmm.
And he probably can get one with Philly.
Hey,
Long as
fellas,
the, long as those guys can stay healthy.
yeah, got some news here for you.
What you think about that, Lou?
I got some news here. Well, well, I mean, it's sports related, but it's a little unrelated to what we just mentioned here. I'm just looking through over my Facebook page, and they have the opening night for the NBA schedule.
Oh, yeah, oh man, please. Man,
This opening
please.
night,
Yeah,
opening night
man.
of Christmas. Would
Yeah,
you like me to
yeah.
read them or not?
No, no, no. I'm good on that.
Okay, fine.
I'm good on that, man. It's like, man, I tell you, the NBA need to stop, man. They need to stop. They really
Oh
do.
well,
They
it's their
need
funny show on Saturday.
they they
But
they they, they need to
let's put
stop.
this way. I'm waiting for the opening night because that's when the Knicks will raise that
Yeah,
banner.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Hope hope we're not playing New York that day. That would be great. I don't want to be the
You
team going to
no,
New York.
but
So
night,
so
no, it's not going to be you.
good, awesome. So but
Actually,
going but going back to I don't know if it was you or if it was Hova or one of you guys, but
yeah.
with LeBron going to the Sixers, man, how impactful will that be to them? I mean, does that? I mean, and I think you guys kind of answered the question that you think that
Oh, they'll move the hell out of
that that LeBron will a 42-year-old LeBron make a difference for that team? But it's not a 25-year-old LeBron or
it. No,
30-year-old LeBron, which I think that a 25, 30, 35, 30-year-old LeBron, yeah, I'm like, oh, ooh, yeah, that's a little bit more
you're
impressive
a
for me.
dinosaur.
Yeah, I mean, he's in good shape for a 42-year-old. I mean, but
But he's not. But he's not the same LeBron was when he was, 15,
right,
10, or even 5 years ago. He's not the same LeBron.
right. So how deep is Philly though? I mean, so I think
Forget
between
it.
Mac, yeah, I think the team's going to be depending on Jalen Brown and Maxey, and then some bench players, man, because you don't
Forget
expect
Embiid
for
because you know how because you know
right,
Embiid's going to get hurt and he's
right,
going to put a damper on.
right, exactly. And
I
so
mean, but
the
okay, because like, get this. Now, we all know when the predictions come out and the odds are coming out, like, oh, it's
hmm
like say 20 to 1 or they already have the Sixers already up 4 to 1 to win the championship this coming season. Mike, are you
I don't believe
nuts? Get real.
man, this is not a 30-year-old LeBron. Nah, I mean they maybe they make, but I think you got to get to the postseason. Do they have a team that's good enough to get to the postseason? Do they have strong enough bench play to get them there?
The first
That
round, yes. Past that,
I,
no.
right. That's kind of my question. And so you got these old men that they gonna need some young bucks to kind of be good enough to get them there. And again, if they're sketchy, game management. LeBron's gonna be game management, and it hopefully Jalen Brown stays healthy. Embiid's not gonna stay healthy, but when you play teams that got a bench, you're gonna lose those games. I mean, like Atlanta.
You
I
certainly
think
are.
I don't think Atlanta made any big splashes, but I think they strengthened the bench. So when the starters go out, I think you'll have some level of consistency with guys coming in from the bench that can hang with just about anybody. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I just think that I don't know. You got names with Giannis going down to Miami, and then you got
Yeah.
Braun going up to Philly. I don't know, man. These guys on the other side of their careers, man, and I don't know. I still think their father time is undefeated. Homer. I don't know. I could be wrong.
No, I
He
agree
still
with you. I
is.
mean, I mean, there's a, like I said, could they? It's possible they're in the East. I mean, the East. I mean, look, the damn Knicks won. Oh, I'm sorry, Luke.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We
I get it.
didn't see
Hey,
it
but you
though.
know what?
Nobody saw that.
Hey, but hey, I got to get a Knicks credit. But yeah,
Yeah,
man. But
right.
the Sixers, the Sixers, yeah, I don't know, man. I like I said, man, with Embiid, I don't know. He's got to stay healthy. That guy hadn't been able to. These past couple of years, he hadn't been able to finish out a season
No, he's not gonna
without
stay
being
healthy.
hurt, man. So
Right. And he's not been able to get in during the postseason either. But amazingly, they've actually been a pretty good team without him. They've learned to play better without him than with it. Just and I know it firsthand because Hawks had no problems with him. Hawks had no problems, with Philly, with or without him. Just bad matchup.
Right.
So I don't know, man. And what does that do for the Hawks? So I mean, the Hawks were like number 6, 5, something like that, in the East. So with LeBron there, does that push the Hawks like that? And with Giannis in Miami, does that propel Philly up and Miami up above the Hawks, and the Hawks go back down to 8 and 9 and struggling to get into? I mean, what happens?
that's a good question. I mean, you got to look at it like this, though. I mean, you got, I mean, Cleveland, you got
Yeah,
Detroit.
yeah.
Hell, you even got up and coming. what's
Orlando.
Orlando? Yeah, Orlando.
Yep.
So
Oh, the
you got
traffic.
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Then we can't forget it.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Orlando Tragic. Orlando Tragic. Yep.
yeah. So when you think about that, man, I think it's gonna be interesting. In the East, the Hawks. I put it like this: the Hawks gonna have to. I personally think they're gonna have to play even better this next season.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. Hawks just gonna have to. I think it's about Jalen Johnson. Up in his game, if that's who a player he is. For me, I think he is who he is. He from Duke, man. What you expect? So them Duke guys, man, I don't know, man. Them Duke guys, they all right with, if you expected for them to be that A personality, that Kobe Bryant or whatever kind of guy,
Yeah.
no, bro. I don't think Jalen Johnson that dude. So I think Hawks are gonna have to go out there. They're gonna get through the season. But they're gonna have to get that dude, save your money to where you can go out and get a guy. And I got to look at the roster. I got to see what's out there in free agency for next year to see who they can get. But they still didn't get bigger, Hover. They still didn't get. I mean, you got Jack Lanville, but I mean, are you really gonna start Jack Lanville? I think not.
No,
I think not. But at any rate, guys, let's cut it right here. I'm gonna let Lou go ahead and close us out, brother.
All right, Enhanced Sports Show Saturday, 4 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Number is 512-543-4662. We'll discuss the baseball. We'll count our way down to the baseball trade deadline. We'll take a look at our first preseason NFL game, which happens on next Thursday. So we'll keep tabs on that. I will discuss the NBA Christmas Day games and the opening day and the opening night for the coming season, whether everybody likes it or not. I think maybe I'll talk some Hall of Fame baseball as well, since the list has been handed out.
Yep.
Also, of course, your thoughts and comments. This day in sports history, sports trivia, the ridiculous item of the week, and it's that time where we do the schedule and the standings for the month of August. So remember, excuse me, numbers 512-543-4662. Again, 512-543-4662 on the Sports Show. Don't forget to like and share the page, our Facebook page, and we're on Facebook Live.
Mm,
all right.
awesome. Thanks a lot, Lou. Thanks for joining the show, man.
Thanks, fellas.
Yeah, and next week, guys, tune in. We're gonna talk more about Falcons camp once they get into it. Maybe Tua will be back. Probably not. Hope he will, but probably not. And SummerSlam results, and we'll get into the NFC South. And until then, speak on it.
Speak on it.